So this is my Aquascape update as promised. Now you can probably see some algae here and here, everywhere. It was a lot worse before I made this video. I mean, a lot worse. About a week or so ago, I added just one snail. I don't know if you can see him from this view. He's up there. Let's move around. See him? I don't know what kind of snail it is. Honestly, no idea. I got a bunch of them in my shrimp tank. I don't know where they came from. I'm assuming off plants. Probably from my shrimp orders, which is fine. They actually, obviously, are quite useful. But yeah, it started laying eggs here and here. I usually scrape them off or destroy them somehow because I really don't want this filled with snails. But you know, it is what it is. I need to get some time and do that. I might do that right after this, so they don't hatch. Now, obviously, you can tell I've added some stuff to this rock, right? My lava rock piece that I had just in the middle of. I thought, you know, I got this glue. I'm gonna play around with it, see what happens. So I glued a big bunch of Java moss, which, in hindsight, might have not been the best call. But you know, we'll see how this turns out. Hopefully, I can get to trimming it and just maintaining it and see how it turns out over a few months. But just a big clump of Java moss, and then my crypt flamingo, which looks a lot better in this tank than it does in my other tank. That light. I don't know how that's going to turn out, but on camera. But yeah, looks a lot better. You can actually see that it's pink. Now this one's in rough shape. We'll see what happens with it. But the other one that I glued around the other side is looking pretty good. And then these crypt, Lutea Hobbit, I think, or Lutea Hobbit, however you want to say it, are doing pretty well. They're actually taking roots down the rock. And you know, I was kind of going for, like, if you've ever seen trees on cliff sides, how they grow into the rock and down the rock. That's what I was kind of going for with this, and it's actually starting to do it. So that's really cool. So I'm really hoping to see where I can go. And here's another crypt that I glued on this side. Just got cups of water in the way for when I do water changes. But so yeah, hopefully this really turns out well. I'm kind of hoping the moss to kind of spread over the top and kind of make like a small carpet with the crypt plant coming above it. So sort of like a small, like a cliffside with vegetation on it, pretty much. That's what I'm going for. Now, the other thing was, with this light, you know, I was going to do the update on the new light. It has made the hair grass grow faster and better, I think. Because obviously you can see it's really starting to come up in all these places that aren't filled in as well. There's still the dead kind of in the middle, but that's because I planted it in too large clumps, honestly. So that's more my fault than it is anything. But I think since the new light's been on, the health overall of the dwarf hair grass has increased. Now, with the light though, I got this big algae bloom, but it's getting under control. Like, it hasn't really grown much. I've adjusted my lighting period, and the snail has been doing some hard work on this thing, so, and it's been going good. I did have 6 amano shrimp. I ordered 5. Aquatic Arts sent 7. One died must have died on the way because it was a very dead shrimp by the time I got here. So I kind of rushed through my acclimation process to get them out of the dirty water. Since then, that was on Thursday, I have 1 left. I think I should have 2, but I can only find 1. So taking some heavy losses there. I'm thinking it's just because the temperature in this tank and the pH is very, very different than in their tanks. And if I were to do it over again, I'd do a much slower acclimation. But here's the 1 left. I've read that sometimes they turn pink like that, and that's fine. Other times people say it's stress. I could definitely see it being stress. So hopefully he stays alive though. I mean, he's been alive for a few days now, so I'm thinking he might pull through and hopefully turn the correct color, which is a clear color for an amano shrimp. But yeah, the heat just kicked on, so that's that sound. I'm considering taking off this filter eventually. Actually, is that a piece of a shrimp in there? That's not good. I think it might be. I'll have to clean that out. What the heck? Well, anyway, I'm thinking about at some point, once this tank gets established more, actually taking off the filter. I'd like to experiment with a tank with no filter and see how that goes. But that's in the far in the future, actually. So yeah, just wanted to do a quick video, kind of giving you the update. I'm thinking about getting some more tissue culture hair grass, but from a different source, probably Dinerol and not Green Pro. Because from what I've noticed, the Dinerol tissue cultures are more expensive, but they're also a lot higher quality. And I think they do a bit better. But to get one more just to break into very, very small clumps and really start to fill in the rest of the space. I think with the light and the fact that this is already starting to fill in, it would really jumpstart it. So we'll see where that goes. I don't know. But this is probably going to be the last video for at least 3 weeks. Spring break's coming up for me. But the 3 weeks up until spring break are nothing but exams, so woohoo, med school life, that's how it goes. So you probably won't get another update on this tank until mid to late March. And I'll definitely do one on this tank for then, because I think it'll have grown in a lot more. And the other tanks and everything else, I won't be able to get many updates till then. So this is the best moment I had to actually film and kind of talk a little bit, and then you won't probably hear back from me until later in March. So guess I'll see you all then.